Hello, everybody. Do you ever feel like you're speaking projector, but the world only speaks generator?
Yes, it's often like we're on totally different wavelengths from everyone else. And sometimes we're even on a different wavelength from ourselves.
That is very true. But that's why
So
we're here. That's literally why we're here. Welcome to Projectors in the Wild. We are sharing our raw truth about life, parenthood, and business as projectors, navigating this generator world.
yeah. Oh, and the generators are generating right now. Hi, guys. I'm Heather Vickery. I'm a transformation coach, author, speaker, podcaster, and I'm here to help conscious leaders just like you learn to lead from joy, trust yourself, know yourself, and do things that feel freaking good. Because when joy is your foundation and not just your destination, everything shifts.
That is so true. And I'm Natalie Barnett, a success coach helping business owners blast through their blocks and unlock their potential.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get real. As projectors, we're natural guides and leaders. We're not followers. On this show, we're or spilling. I can't read today. I'm so tired. We're spilling the tea, the wins, the mess ups, the what just happened, just like that moments.
So, whether you're a projector ready to own your own magic or just trying to understand your projector people, grab a seat. The ride's about to get wild.
It's a while. I feel like, hi, Natalie. I'm so tired today.
You had your meeting, right? Your
My
breakfast.
Empower breakfast last Friday. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was great. It
Yeah.
was great. I really, really love it. And I'm sassy too. This is everywhere. These guys can see it. Hi. Um, I like I, I I'm a button pusher. I'm a rule breaker. I'm
Yeah.
a projector.
Yeah.
Um, and I also just always lead from a place of integrity. And
Hmm.
sometimes other people want to do things that are not within my integrity, and I
Mm.
have to push back. So I pushed back on something last week. I was like, look, if you don't agree, consider this my resignation. And they're like,
Mm.
whoa, whoa, whoa. It's okay.
Okay.
Figure it out. Figure it out. Like, yeah.
After
But
show,
then
we'll have the after hours.
I know after hours, she's like, well, I need the scoop. But my whole point in that is, and it's
Yeah.
funny because I posted this on LinkedIn earlier today. I have avoided corporate spaces
Yeah.
because I'm not a corporate girly.
Yeah.
And or woman. I'm 50. I'm not a
Yeah.
girly, but
We are
whatever.
girlies. Look at us.
But I just feel like the whole world is in revolution, and
Yeah.
it's just we're shaking it all up, and we have to do it in ways that feel good to us and that are different because what used to work, which never really worked for everybody, it only really worked for some,
Yeah.
isn't gonna fly anymore. And the more we lean into that, the harder back they're pushing. You think about what's happening with Meta, right?
Yeah.
This is my last week on Meta. This
Yeah.
is it. I'm gone. And it's terrifying because as a business owner, I'm like, but how will I find the people and how will I connect? I don't know. I
Yeah.
will.
You
I
will.
figure it out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. Right? Like I'll miss seeing people like
Mhm.
you all the time and knowing what everybody's up to, but
I
also
just signed up for Blue Sky, so I'm
I
making
know I saw
my way. I gotta learn it. Like,
it takes a minute. My trick is lists. Lists have made Blue Sky manageable for me.
okay. Okay, well, I'll have to learn what that means. Is that like a thing in Blue Sky?
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, let me finish my thought and I'll go back
Yes,
and I'll tell
yeah.
you. It is. All that to say, the breakfast was great. I love the in-person connection, and I think that's the answer to
Yeah.
this. Like, I need to keep track of people and like let's have regular calls on the books. Like, let's get to know each other for
Yeah.
real and not just what we see behind a computer screen or an iPhone screen or whatever. Um, and I just all me and all of my woo woo spiritual crazy unusual approach to being a professional is just out for the world to see right now.
Yeah, and but honestly, like, I think if you think about human design, we're stepping into that more like, we have to be in our own individual way of being, and we're gonna attract the people that are meant to be on that path with us.
Yep.
We're gonna push back. I mean, some people are gonna I guess it's gonna repel some people that aren't on that path, which is okay, but it doesn't mean that it's less valuable or less right. It's right for you where you are, as you are the person in charge of Chicago, right? The
Yep.
entire city for Empower Breakfast, like, and it's going to be different for me. And it's okay. In fact, I think people are going to see that that's actually going to make it stronger and better for everybody involved, really.
Yeah, it is. I think it really is. I think it really is going to make it better for everyone. But
Yeah.
it is requiring us to I'm trying to fix our branding here and I can't do it. I think it's because we're
Oh,
already live. It will not let me change it. And I'm like, come on, come on. But no, it's not happening. So I'm sorry.
all good.
Normally we have all the cute little projector in the
Uh-huh.
wild stuff that Natalie made.
Yeah.
And I was really feeling connected to the fox today. I don't know what that
Ooh, you're being
means.
foxy.
Yeah, but I don't know what that means. Like when I
Mhm.
saw the fox on there today, I was like, oh, I'm feeling the fox. Maybe clever, maybe
Mhm.
sneaky, maybe like see if you can
Wiley.
catch me.
Yeah,
Wily.
I
Yeah,
like that.
something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I like it.
Um, but for whatever reason, it's absolutely not letting me put it out there. So whatever. Um, yeah. So okay, Blue Sky lists really quick in case anybody's watching this was like wants to find us on Blue Sky. When you go into your homepage settings,
Okay.
on the left you can get all of the drop down stuff and you'll see it says lists and you're going to open it and it's going to tell you you don't have any because you haven't built them yet. In the top right hand corner you can go add a list. So I have one for all my threads pals, the people that I only ever talk to on threads, but you can be on several lists, right? So
Yeah.
Natalie, you're on my like actual friends list
Okay.
and my threads list, which will
Yeah.
also probably be my old Instagram list. I'll merge
Yeah.
those. So I have one for TikTok pals in case we lose TikTok.
Mhm.
I have one for, people I know in real life. I have one for news that I trust. I have one for whatever, and people can overlap. I have one for spiritual folks where all my human design people are going. So when I want to find people in those areas, it's just the top. You just click
Okay.
your list, and then because I follow like 1,000 people, but I really only want to look for maybe 100 so,
Yeah. Yeah.
at this point. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's good to know. Yeah, I've pretty much never been like a fast actor on anything. Even though like the splenic part of me, but I'm kind of like we'll just see. Let's see. So now I'm in that. Let's see what it's like over here. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think it's just I go on when it feels right
Yep.
for me, and it's like starting to feel like ooh,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to shift some stuff here.
I think
I don't know
so.
exactly what it looks like yet, and I'm not putting pressure on myself to like be perfect with
No.
this, but
Yeah.
yeah, and I actually really am enjoying LinkedIn more than I thought that I was going to.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was glad to connect with you over there. I just put it out there today. I was like, I'm gonna do this, and
Yeah,
it's gonna be me. And
yeah,
hi.
yeah,
Um, so it's interesting. But Blue Sky, LinkedIn, any of those things, they work when you work them,
yeah. I know.
right? And
Mhm.
so it's gonna be hard and confusing and not intuitive until you get to know it, if you want to get to know it. And if you don't,
Yeah.
that's fine too. It feels very projector aligned for me
Mhm.
to tell Meta to go take a flying fuck.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it really does because and splenic. It's splenic for sure. It was
Yeah.
instant. The day after the election, instantly I was like, "Oh, I have to get off Meta." And
Mm.
then it's interesting because then it wasn't until last week that
Yeah.
fact checking went away and
Yeah.
you can call queer people mentally ill and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
became open season and I was like, like I
Yeah.
had set that foundation. I just knew. I just knew it.
Yeah. You just knew it. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's it's just crazy. I'm just trying to I'm trying to be very like, okay, let's let's see like all of the sides of it. Not the sides of calling people crazy. That's not what
No,
I
no,
mean.
no, no. Yeah.
I just mean like, well, what parts of free speech will this help? Is there any part of free speech that this will help? And to me, the answer right away is like, no, it's not free speech that it helps. It's that deliberate misinformation that is now causing children to not be vaccinated on as high of a, like, dropped 2%, which is a massive amount. And we're talking about like measles, we're talking about polio, we're talking about things
Yeah.
that were basically eradicated, that now, like, it's not it's not scientifically proven. It's not scientifically backed that vaccines cause autism. Like, let's just say it.
No, of course not.
So like all of these things are happening. It's affecting how, and like all the misinformation about the California wildfires and all of that too. Like,
It's crazy. And that's for me, it just feels like complicitness.
yeah,
And I want to hurt them where it hurts. I want to hit them where it hurts, which is their
yeah,
money. And if I'm not there, they're not making money on me. But I'm not here to stand in judgment of anyone else. But it feels very projector aligned to me.
yeah,
And I like my projector rest so much, but it feels kind of almost like a kick in the ass for me to
hmm,
reconfigure all of it. Who do I
right,
want to be publicly? How do I want to connect with people publicly?
yeah,
What was working wasn't working anymore anyway.
hmm,
So now I'm like, okay, now you need to figure something else out. And
yeah,
so go, right?
yeah.
So just pushing me.
And it doesn't have to mean that it means no rest too. It could mean
Of
like
course
you
not.
feel
Yeah.
a different kind of deeper rest because you're very aligned to your new self, right? To
Yeah.
who you're choosing to
Well,
be.
I think that's an interesting point because sometimes I can, and I won't speak for all projectors, confuse not pushing myself for
Yeah.
rest, taking the easy road,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
laying low, oh, that's easy, being comfortable. Like,
mhm.
you could be a thriving projector, pushing yourself past your comfort zone and still have plenty of rest. And
Yeah.
that has not been me lately.
And
So,
I think that that goes into like the different aspects of your chart too, right? Because I can see where I have gotten into seasons like that too. When I did it was when I was coming out of network marketing and it felt like I was in just hustle all the time. And DM, like reaching out, like cold
oh,
DMs, like, this was like
it's so awful. Yeah.
2018, 2019. Yeah. And people, and I took that message of do less. It's about who you're being, how you're being, who you're being, and I did nothing. And it's good that I stopped doing the reach out because that's not projector aligned, and I didn't know what human design was back then. But like I definitely swung the pendulum really far in the other direction where I wasn't doing anything. But now when I kind of learned that it's like, yes, it's who you're being, your energy, number one, and your thoughts and like your beliefs, and that's going to direct what you choose to do. um and I think I just have that. I have the defined root, and I freaking have gate 54 as my sun gate, which means that's like 70% of my personality is ambition, is like ambitious.
You
So
are ambitious.
I
That's
just
not a
freaking,
nasty word. I love
it's
that.
not, I know that's part of that's literally what I'm supposed to do, is like make friends with my ambition. Don't let it run me into the ground or become somebody I
Yeah.
don't like, but it's okay to have these ambitions. So I think that keeps me um, more balanced than, like, on the rest to work spectrum.
Yeah, I love that. You know what that just made me think of? And when we were doing the open and we were like generator world, something hit like I don't know, my
Mm,
spleen kind of went a little wacky when you said that because I do feel like there's this push pull between the generators generating and the
mm,
rise of the feminine divine, which is a
mm,
softer energy, and that there's a lot of projector energy in that. And then,
yeah,
of course, in 2027, projectors take over from manifestors, right? There's a huge shift, and I feel all of that motion.
yeah. But that's so exciting. And the cool thing too is that we now get to, like, to your point, transform ourselves into, well, who we're designed to be, how we're designed to operate. But like make that conscious choice of how we want to show up. and like
Yeah.
what we're yeah well do you think you are like so you are such a mentor for me of like no, this is what I believe and this is what we're doing and
Oh,
if not I'm out, like
thank
seriously
you.
you really are. I still have some people pleasing tendencies that I'm like working on, and hence like I'm holding this selenite because I just had them out last night in the it was I don't know if it was full moon but it was close enough.
It was full moon. I think so.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm like, I can feel like it is, and you don't have to clean selenite, but I did, and I like it is
Supercharged.
supercharged for me today.
I should, we're never supposed to say we're terrible at. I never put my crystals out because first of all, it's cold, there's snow everywhere. I don't have a big roof. I wish I had a big room where this moon shone in and I
Yeah.
could just set them out, but I don't. But I do full moon water.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And you
but
just
and
put
when
it
I
in
went to
the
get the jar this morning, it was frozen. So it's melted now.
yeah,
And
that's the
I
thing.
suppose I'll just drink it, right?
Yeah.
I put intentions into it. It's kind of funny. But yes, I sometimes I wonder and then I'm like, nah, like should I people please more? Like I really just don't.
No, I don't
I
think that's
just
the answer.
really don't.
It's just fear that pops up in me, like, what are they gonna
Yeah.
say? What's gonna happen to me? Like, and then I've gotten better at playing that out. Well, what do you think is gonna happen?
That's the trick.
Would that be the worst thing in the world if that was such a deal breaker? Like, think about it this way. This is for me. Okay, not you obviously have this handled.
No, but I do this, and this is what exactly what you're saying. It's funny that you say that because this is the step
Mm,
I've for 10 years taking clients through. So yeah, do
yeah.
it. I love it.
So, like, if you're willing to bend on something that for somebody else your version of correct is a deal breaker, then you are completely losing all of your power and willingly
Yeah.
giving that away. And that's for me. That's for me to remember.
Somebody else needed that though.
Whew.
I'm sure of it.
And it
Yeah.
feels so scary even saying that, but that's what you're doing. That's what I have done time and time again in the past.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, crazy.
It is wild times. I mean, it feels, and I'm not religious, as we all know, biblical, right? It feels end times y. Um, but I keep getting reminded, like everywhere I go, that you have to give up your old life for your new one. It has to crumble. It
Yeah.
has to fall apart to rebuild. And there wasn't in so many ways. I mean, I could just be talking about the country I'm not. I could my business, life.
Mhm,
It,
mhm.
there's so much that just can't be fixed. It needed to be
Yeah.
redesigned.
And that's kind of like so with the astrology side of it, where we entered into Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, and Capricorn, and Pluto in Capricorn. It was like so much about power structures, and now Aquarius is more of the individual. Like, and so it doesn't happen overnight, where it's like a switch. Like now we're like firsthand seeing things crumble,
Yep.
even though it's already, we're only what, a month in, not even a full month in. But it is that it's like that those endings that actually are beginnings and
Yeah.
oh my gosh, okay, so this was a master prac, but like entropy, I had to look up what that word is. Basically means chaos. The chaos and confusion and disorder has to increase in order for the new order to come in.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's kind of what it feels like right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so fascinating to just sort of, I just keep saying, I trust the process. And so it is. It's all going to work out for the greater good of all humanity. And so
Yeah.
it is when the, not all, I know a lot of generators who also are very spiritual and surrender and trust. So I'm not saying this,
Right.
but the unhealthy, unaligned generator energy or unaligned any energy that
Mhm.
is like holding on so tight or that is holding on to so much fear or so much anxiety and letting that run the show. I'm
Yeah.
like, I told my mom,
Yeah.
she's just like so stressed the other day. And I said, Mama, you got to shake it up. We're on the phone. I was like, take your hands and just get
Yeah.
the energy up. She goes, okay, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm like, do it on your whole body. Like,
Yeah.
stop. You've got to get the negative energy off of you. She's like,
Mhm.
okay, okay.
Yeah. No, that's what it feels like. And I think that's another thing that has been helpful for me is my business coach is a generator who her name's Jackie. She is but she teaches business through the lens of human design and gene keys. And so she gets it.
I love that.
And I
Yeah.
think that's been helpful too, is like seeing, well, this kind of goes back to action. Like I see her she's going to be doing a lot more stuff than me. Like, and that's totally fine. But I see her taking action and that, but in alignment. And then that energy kind of transfers over to me where she's like, what feels good to you today? Like she knows how to speak to me in a way that's not pushy, like I'm pushing me into action. But it's also still like you have the power. You have the power. Put the power back in your hands. It's so important to remember that. Like for us,
You have the power.
there's a lot of things we
Yes.
can't control. I know that, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to that. But whatever we can control, like there is something we can do.
Well, yourself.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you can control, right? And so you do have that power. How you're going to react or respond and what you will or won't do in
Mhm.
reaction to it. I mean, again, not to harp back on the meta thing, but that was me staying in my power for me. I'm
Exactly.
out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whereas some people are looking at it as if I'm giving up my voice, and that is just not how it feels to me.
No,
So
no, I don't see that. If you were giving up your voice, you would be shutting down and doing nothing, and
yeah,
but that's
no.
not what you're doing
Yeah,
at
but
all.
I think I love that about your coach, and that's a good reminder. Like, there's nothing bad in human design. There are no
No.
bad types. All the types are amazing. All the types are needed,
Mhm.
and a good human design coach, I guess, is the word
Yeah.
I'll use. Guide,
Guide.
maybe. No matter what their type is, learns to ask their clients questions in a way that's going to resonate. That's my favorite thing. I do a corporate program called the
Yeah.
Empowerment Program, which I love, and it's very, very corporate. It's a bunch of accountants, and maybe some of you will see this. Hi guys, I love you, and I appreciate that they bring me in. I've been doing this for many years now, and I get to coach these folks on how to lead from wherever they sit using my own method, the Brave method, my own approach. We do EFT tapping, we talk about meditation, we talk about manifestation in this corporate setting.
Yeah.
And I have them all pull their human design charts and send them to me when people sometimes get weirded out. And I said, this is not something I'm teaching you. I'm not going to do anything with it. But when you're talking, I pull it up because it tells me how I can support you best. And
Yeah.
that's what I want to do.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Like I don't even have to tell you about it. It'll just help me help you.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And about half the time, then those folks come to me when I want to go, what is this thing? Can you tell me more about it? Sure. I'm happy
Exactly.
to. But I want to know if somebody has a defined sacral, I
Mhm.
know that I need to ask them yes or no questions, that they're going
Yeah.
to really struggle with those open-ended questions that as a projector, I love to ask.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So it just is such a good tool to help other people learn themselves.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, it has. I can't talk too loud because he's right out there. But like, I have I have a lot of manifestors, and you can't tell manifestors shit. You can't tell them what to do. So, and add to that teenager. Okay. Add, yeah, add to that. His number one, his sun gate is gate 15, gate of extremes. He likes to push and find the extremes. He's an emotional. It's like all the things. I have a client who is she does human design for parenting specifically.
Oh, what a gift.
And so I like popped in. I was like, hey, I need to book a session like right now. Do you have time? It was very helpful.
Yeah.
She basically told me there's so much on his chart that basically says he's a F around and find out.
And you
That
got to let him.
I know. And so it was a lot of like, give me the tools to speak
Yeah.
to him. So it was like, oh, this was the best one. I don't know if this is, I don't know. This is what we do here. We talk.
We do what
But
we need to do.
we do. We said parenthood. This is the best, where it's like they don't like being controlled or even feeling like they're being controlled. So, but informing is important for them. They just tell us what you're going to do, not asking for permission, but like, hey, I'm going to go play video games.
Yeah.
Okay. And so she was like, okay, so you can say, if I was like, but what if I have to remind him? Because I do have to remind him, like, you gotta like get this thing done. This thing's important to get done. She's like, okay, well, you can say, hey, can you just remind me when you were gonna do that? Like, what's your plan for that?
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's so
I
good.
wonder if that works on Mangens too, because my youngest is a Mangen, and
Probably. Actually, that's good because my husband is too. And so like, when can you remind me when you said you were gonna go run those errands? So that's
can you remind me when you were going to clean up your floor? Because I
like,
can't walk into your room anymore. There's shit
it's so funny
everywhere.
because like he's the one he's like super tidy and I'm more messy. So it's more like
So
when
mine is 11. My manifesting generator is 11, and she loves to leave shit everywhere. And I'm like,
that's
clean up
different,
your
right?
shit.
I would just like to know when will you be leaving the house so that I can be in my own energy?
You make it when you're leaving.
Yeah.
I love that. But that's something. It's interesting because I have caught myself, and it even feels icky to me. So I know it feels icky to her when I'm coming up to tuck her in. She still likes me to tuck her in because she's 11.
So
We're
cute.
milking it for all it's worth.
Right.
But I'll come upstairs and I'll see we didn't put this away and that didn't get done, and it's on my mind. So I walk in and I immediately say, "Hey, you have to blah 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 blah,"
Yeah, right.
and she just glazes over and she's annoyed with me, and then we're going to bed like that. And I'm like, "Oh, I don't like that."
Yeah.
But I do like this approach. Hey, can you remind me when did you need to charge your because this morning we didn't have our computer charged for school, and she panicked.
Yeah, right.
Hey, can you remind me when did you need to charge your computer? Oh, you need to do it now. Okay, great. Right.
Yeah. Yes, because then it's like they remembered it's for that. Yeah.
I like that.
That was so good. The other thing was like we're not here to tell you to like what to do, but we're the bumpers to make sure that you don't go into the gutter. Like we're the bumpers rolling out. That was what she said. It's like that's so good.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was very helpful. This
that's
tool,
good.
like yeah, if there's an area of your life that just feels like really hard and chaotic, find somebody that can help you with human design. Like just
Yes. And I personally love to do family readings because there's so much. Is that your
yeah.
manifesting
Did
generator?
you hear me? Did you hear me talking about you? I'm just kidding. Um, you can take that. Yeah, you can blend that.
Making smoothies, or is it essential oils? I can't tell.
Smoothie.
Okay.
Smoothie.
Could be anything. What are we blending? Um, no, I love to do family readings because
Yeah.
I'll do often it's moms because I work a lot with women. And then I'll say, "Oh, let me pull your spouse, let me pull your kids, like this and that." And I'm like, we can all get in the same room. Like we could really you could do some really powerful shit.
Yeah, that was really cool because she put our charts together and we made a
Connection
complete
chart.
chart. Yeah. Not channels and everything, but like we made all of our centers were defined when we were like together.
Well, you
So
probably did complete some channels. A connection chart almost always shows some completed
yeah,
channels.
we have to go back and look at it. She sent it to me, but haven't reviewed it yet. Like haven't re-looked at it. I looked at it a lot that first
Yeah.
day, but I can't remember what channels there were. But yeah, there.
Oh,
She's like, you're doing a really good job. This chart looks like it would be a hard person to parent.
person and parent.
Thank you. I think because the real gift is that I understand. Like I get that
Yeah.
he's not trying to be.
No.
Yeah, he's just this is how he is. He's being himself, and I want him to be himself. I just don't want him to live. We kept saying, I don't want him to go live in a van down by the river. Like,
I'm very pro legalized sex work. This is related, I promise. To legalized
Yeah.
sex work. Like, I think
Yeah.
these people need to be safe. They need to be unionized. All of it, all of
Right.
that protection. And my daughter says, you're not really supportive of sex workers because you wouldn't want me to do it. And I'm like, yeah, no, I really am
Different.
supportive of them. And I just hope
I
maybe
also
that's
don't want
not
you to
what you
be
would
president.
choose. I don't want you to be the president.
I also don't want, there's a lot of jobs I don't want you to have. But that doesn't mean I'm not supportive of those people.
You can't argue with my 15-year-old.
Oh,
This
no,
is
you can't.
useless. It's a useless thing to try and do.
Don't even try. Oh my God, that's funny. Well,
Okay.
this was fun. I had fun.
It was fun. You
Yeah.
never know what you're going to get in Projectors in the Wild. We're just out here trying to figure out how to live our best life
Yeah.
and not judge people and support people.
Right. This is why we didn't say buttoned up projectors. No, that's not the name of the show. Projectors with their shit all together. Nope. That's not what I'm getting here. Nope.
Oh my God. Well, y'all, we'll be back next Monday, which um, is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Let's just go with
Yay.
that.
Yeah.
And so, are you guys going to do? I told my girls this morning I want to try and do something of service. I don't know what that is yet
Ooh.
because we didn't get our shit together enough time to actually sign up for anything.
But you still.
But we'll do something. I don't know what that's going to look like.
I love that prompt. So thank you for saying that. I'm going to find
Yeah.
something to do as well. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we'll see you next Monday.
See you next time.
Bye.